brothers and sisters of my heart. My name is Publio, and I'm going to sing a couple of songs to prepare our environment, to prepare our spirits for the Spiritism talk tonight. So I hope you can find a good place to stay. You can mentalize the words, the lyrics, and welcome to our meeting. First song is Good Old Man. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the Good, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. The next song, Workers of the Last Hour, is about the chapter in the Gospel according to Spiritism. We are free to sow, but the harvest is never late. Time flies and never turning back. Let's go planting, the land is great. We are called to work. Let's get it started now. Let's seize this special chance. Workers of the last hour, Jesus Christ is light. Brother, friend, he announced it for all the time, the Consoler. We have in hands His Spiritism love. In Jesus Christ we have the motto, of love, peace, trust. We'll learn alongside him that the Christian never get tired. We are called to work. Let's get started. Let's get started now. Let's seize this special chance. Workers of the last hour. Jesus Christ is light, brother, friend. He announced it for all the time, the consoler. Now we have in hands His Spiritism love. His Spiritism love. The next song, it's Vibrate, because in this life everything is vibration. Song is a vibration, words are vibration, colors are vibration. So when life lends a hand, it's time to open up your heart. It is time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity. Now a song that calms me down really all the time that I sing. Calm me down. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound, the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in His arms I sway. Body harmonizes how well donate the hay. Music lifts His spirits in sweet ballet, nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart find its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes a well-toned the hay. Music lifts his spirits in sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Now a song called Love in Action. Oh Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor, to say thank you, my Lord, for the lights that come through this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we will live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action.
Hello, friends. Good evening. It's so nice to have you here another Tuesday to join us during this time, here. So, welcome. And it doesn't matter what time you are watching us, if you're watching live, but so good evening. If not, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. May the peace of Jesus be with you. So, we want to welcome everyone. And as always, we would like to share some announcements with you all. So, we ask you, if possible, for you to turn off your phone notifications and really be present in the moment, really taking the most out of this time together. If you can, find a place where it's quiet, as quiet as possible. And again, our meeting, it's more or less 30 minutes presentation with a 10 minutes question and answer, and we have a spiritual care after that. So now is a good time for you to get your water. So just separate a small container or a cup, a glass of potable water that can be magnetized, at the end during the spiritual treatment. Um, we want to remind you that we are live on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, through Spiritism Concafers and Concafers Continental Facebook, and through the Spirits Canada YouTube channel. But on Wednesdays, you can actually catch us up through our friends from Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. Eastern through their Facebook and YouTube. So if you like Spiritism or you're just curious about it, you come to these talks and you would like to study a little bit more, to know a little bit more about Spiritism, we have a great opportunity for you. And that is our course, Get to Know Spiritism. It is free, it is virtual, and it happens every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So the new class for this first course, the Get to Know Spiritism, will be starting in the fall, so please stay tuned. We also offer Gospel at Home. So Gospel at Home is just an opportunity for you and your family to have a set time every week where you can read and reflect a little piece of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So it has a lot of benefits for you, for your family, actually for your whole neighborhood. And we can help you get started and maintain that practice. Even if you live by yourself, you can do that by yourself too. We can help you get started, like I'm saying. It's very simple, small amount of time, 15-20 minutes max per week. If you need any help getting started, or you would like some help getting started, or you want to know more about it, just contact us through the link in the chat. We also have our vibration online confidential book, right? So it's what you can call too, like a prayer book. So you can put your name, the name of anybody that you know that needs prayer. It can be somebody incarnate or discarnate. And the vibrations, some of our friends will be praying for those people, and these vibrations will be sent to these people, right, to whomever is in need of prayer. so that they can have the strength to overcome whatever kind of problem they are facing now. So the link is also in our chat. So you can put, as many names as you need. And, if you already did like last month, you can just add the names again and we'll be praying for you. But today we are here to talk about the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 5, that the title is Blessed Are the Afflicted, specifically items 19 to 23. And that's going to be facilitated by our friend Marceli, and I'll call her in a minute. And as always, we love comments, we love questions, and they are welcome. We really love to interact with you, and you are welcome to leave these comments in the chat, and we will address at the end of the talk. All right, so I'm going to call our friend Marceli in. That is our speaker of today. And she will do our initial prayer too. Hello, friend.
Hello, my friend. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here with you and with you all.
Same.
So I'm excited to hear. This is actually it's chapter 5, right? I was just double checking. It's my favorite chapter in the gospel. I really love it. So we'll pay attention and then I'll come back later.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I invite everyone to close your eyes if you wish and feel comfortable. Elevate our thought in God. And let's thank God for this moment, for the opportunity to be here one more Tuesday in order to learn a little bit more about Jesus' teaching. Thank you, God, for the day, for our health, for our houses, our jobs, for the food that you put on our plates, for everything you have done to us, and even for the difficulties that happens in our life. We thank you because we can learn from all these hard moments. We ask the good spirits to inspire us, to help us in this moment. May we can convey the message, and may all of us incarnate and discarnate finish this moment much better than when we started. In Jesus' name, I ask to you, God, to be with us today and always. So be it. Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. As Anna said, we will going to talk about the chapter 5, Blessed Are the Afflicted. And the topic, actually we have 5 topics, 5 items to discuss today. I will try to be short, not be very long. But the topic is happiness is not of this world. So let me pass here. So these are the 5 items that we are going to talk a little bit today. So the item 19 is the evil and its remedy. The item 20 is the happiness is not of this world. The item 21, the loss of loved ones and premature deaths. The 22, if he had been a good man, he would have died. And the last one, the 23rd, the voluntary suffering. So the first one, when it's a message from St. Augustine, he explained lots of things for us. And because the the topic of this chapter is blessed are the afflicted, we are going to talk about all the situations that we're going through in our lives, right? So expecting only joys in is a contradiction for a world like ours of trials and atonements. Even in the scenario we find ourselves in our daily lives with so much bitterness, so much bad news, so many wars, diseases, people doing a harm to others. Even in everyday life, people losing their jobs, other with financial difficulties, other with family problems, relationships, problems at home. So we must be certain that nothing happens by chance. And this is precisely what St. Augustine brings in his message, because he explained to us that nothing is outside God's control. So the earth is not a place of joy. We surely have some moments of joy, but we are not like 100% the whole life happy, right? So, all of us, when we were about to reincarnate, we asked for these trials we are going through today. Sometimes this trial is imposed on us because of our serious faults, but most of the time we ask it to go through what we are going through. We need to understand that this life, this current life, is our best self. So in the past, we have been a little worse than today. Like if sometimes I'm able to do something that I regret, and I ask myself, why did I do that? And you don't like the thing that you did. If you think this in this life, imagine in the previous life. So we need to understand that we are here to learn, to love, to progress ourselves. And the earth, it's a school for us. It's a place that we can use, actually not use, but it's the place that we can we can use as a school. And everything that happens in our life has a purpose, and it's always uh, for the best for us. And so his message says, like, you who have gone to live there must therefore expect burning tears and bitter suffering. But no matter how acute and deep your suffering may be, look up to heaven and bless the Lord for having willing to test you. So we need to be thankful for the opportunity to be here and to face all the situations that comes to us, right? Because there is a reason for everything. And he says that we need to have faith, we need to believe in God, okay? And for our resignation, right? We need to seek consolation for, like he continues, you seek for consolation for your problems in the future, and that God has prepared for you. Seek the cause of your problems in the past. And you who suffer the most, consider yourself the blessed on this earth. Because as much as we suffer, as much as we learn, right? So the difficulties we are faced were certainly planned for this moment in our existence, because everything has a reason and God is always just. These adjustments of our faults are so that we can achieve the redemption of our spirits and progress before the divine law. We only cling to evil and pain if we want to. Why surrender to suffering if God always gives us tools to overcome these difficult moments? There is always something good waiting for us because God is just and merciful and has reserved happiness for all of us. So, as we said, we choose our trials before reincarnation. So we knew that the harder the trial, the greater, the more glorious the victory would be. We knew that if we were successful, we would find happiness after death because our souls would be purified through expiation and suffering. So if we are facing a very hard time now, trust in God, have faith that everything passes. This is just a short moment that we are experiencing in this life. We don't know like when we are going to die, right? So we need to use all the time we have now to be thankful, to have faith in God, because as St. Augustine said, the greater the trial, more glorious the victory would be. So if we are facing something very hard, we need to understand that something we need to learn from this moment. We need to ask ourselves, what should I learn from this situation? Or how can I act better? How can I do better in a way that Jesus would be very happy at me if I act like as his teachings, according to his teachings, right? So we cannot cling to problems because they are temporary. And God promised us that we will be happy. One day we will all be angels and eternally happy. But we don't know when it's going to happen because we have a long path until we become angels. But we need to do our part. We need to do our job. We need to every single day think in our actions. What could I do better in the next, how can I do better in the next time? So we learn from our mistakes. We cannot be like just stuck in our mistake, but no, watch ahead and think what can you do better to progress yourselves or ourselves, right? What can we do better to progress ourselves and to become a better person? So for this, we must evaluate our present, our actions, to improve our behavior and transform ourselves into better people. We need to make a better choice so that good prevail in our attitudes. Let us not let material things dominate our spirit, because the more matter conquers us, the more primitive we become. We are in the material life now, but we are spiritists. And when we die, we will not take anything with us. Everything stays here. The only thing that goes with us is our experience, is the things good that we have done, and the bad things too. Because because everything has a consequence. So if I did something bad, I need to correct in my next life. Sometimes we correct in this current life because we are in this world is in a transformation, right? So because it's a transformation, sometimes there is no time to wait for the next life for you to fix what you have done very, very wrong. So let's do right now. Let's enjoy the moment. Okay, so we can be happy one day and have faith, right? So he's asking, what is the remedy for suffering? Only one. It's infallible: faith. Turning your gaze toward heaven. Faith is the sure remedy for suffering. It always points to the horizons of the infinite, before which the few dark days of the present are erased. So let us move forward, certain of a happy tomorrow. Let us have a faith, trust in the presence of Jesus in our lives. Let trust that happiness wait us as long as we do our part, because the pain of the present are not always the pain of the future. So we need to think positive. And Christ, he is our model and guide, right? Our guide and model. So with faith, you can move mountains. Faith places us under Jesus, watch care in the moment of greatest pain. With faith, we see suffering as the first happy notes of eternal joy. So happy are they who suffer and weep. May their souls rejoice for goodwill. Fill them with blessings. So we need to have a faith, even it's hard to have, but we need to educate ourselves, because I know that, like, when we are in pain, when we are in a situation that, like, we are not expecting, it's a situation that, like, bring us out of our comfort zone. We are think that everything happens, everything bad happens to us, that God doesn't exist, God doesn't love me, he's not just, he's not merciful because he allows all these things happening to me. But no, sometimes he allows this because we need to learn something from this, but we need to practice our faith, have faith in the future, have faith that God has the control of every single thing in the world. Okay, and then we are going to the next item, that happiness is not of this world. Sometimes we seek for happiness in material things. Oh, I would love to have a new house. I would love to have a new car. I would love to have a very good job so I can earn a lot of money and I will be able to do everything that I want. But sometimes, most often, we see lots of people, rich people, who have lots of money, who have lots of things that most of the people like would like to have, but they're not happy, because material things does not the material things don't bring us the real happiness. Because sometimes we feel like an empty space in our heart. We are surrounded of like lots of people. We have everything we want, everything we need, but we are not happy because we don't have God. So the happiness is not of this world. Happiness is something transient. We are here like never 100% happy, especially in the moment we are going through now. We are seeing so much sad news, so much bad news. Like, if you turn on the TV, if you turn on the internet, you will see so many bad news, and you will think, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? Where is God that everything is happening? So happiness is a state of mind. If we understand this, we can be happy even in moments of sadness, because we will not be overwhelmed by the difficulties that appears in our life. Happiness is not a material achievement. It is a spiritual achievement. Material things are transient. They pass, they end, they give us momentary satisfaction. So we often confuse ourselves that satisfactions with happiness. And one thing is one thing, another thing is another thing. So I'm I have satisfaction about everything I have. But it doesn't mean that I'm happy with this situation, because neither wealth, power, or youth are the essential conditions for happiness. Earth is a place of trial and expiation. So we need to understand that we are here, and sometimes if you are very rich, you have lots of things to trial. Your trial sometimes is hard because if you do if you use wisely your wealth, if you help people, if you don't think, if you are not selfish, if you are not like pride in just thinking yourself and your family, you are a good person. But if you have money, lots of money, and you don't think, like you just think about you and your family, you don't think and help people, lots of even is, and I'm not saying about only about money or material things. But if you think, if you pray for someone, you are helping them too. But about this topic, we need to understand that the material things they don't bring us the real happiness. So happiness comes from within. If it externalizes in our emotions. So I ask, are we happy? We can have a state of balance, but if something happens that we were not expecting, it can shake our emotional state, because we think that uh, oh, like I'm not happy because everything bad happens to me. But no, we need to think positive. We need to have faith, as we said, right? So as we mentioned earlier, we choose our trials. So we must keep our faith and believe that God is in control of everything. There is no complete happiness on earth. However, there are other worlds that are happier, more evolved, a complete happiness that is not related to material things but to spiritual things. So the earth is in transition. So one day we will be in a regeneration world, right? Where the good is going to be higher than the bad things, than the evil. So the message says the happiness is higher in higher other planets. So the human spirit is still imprisoned in physical flesh, but possesses the fullness of the joy connected with human life. We will someday reach these worlds once you have become sufficiently purified and perfected. So this is our task, to evolve ourselves in order to go to higher planets, right? So let's achieve happiness that comes from Jesus. For this is the happiness that await us. Okay. So the future of Earth, the happier world, as we said. So, but it's not the planet that's gonna change itself. We need to change ourselves so the planet will go to a higher vibration. Because if we do our inner reformation, we will affect the vibration of the planet. So through progress, social improvements, and working our own regeneration with Spiritism. And we go to the next item, the loss of loved ones. It's very sad to like when someone that we love passed away, when they died, especially when someone very close to us, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about the two next items, the loss of the loved ones. And if he had been a good man, he would have died because they're very close. So these two items are the message from the two spirit friends, Xenon and Fenelon. And they bring like with this message and explain that we are still very attached to material things, that we are still very selfish and see the world according to our beliefs and values. We are in this world to for a short period of time, right? And those who depart before us will be nearby, watching over us when they are allowed to do so. They do not disappear. They just change planes. They are no longer in the material world, but in the spiritual world. So nothing is done without an intelligent purpose, and no matter what happens, everything has its reason for being. All the planes that strike us have a divine reason, a regenerating reason. So if we lose someone who we love, we need to thank God for the opportunity to have to be close to that person, to be part of the life of this person, and to think in the future, because as we said, we are here for a short period of time. One day, everybody, we all of us are going to go to our real life. Our future life is the spiritual life, where we can find all our loved ones. So they are surround us. We need to have faith that we are not abandoned by God. And about the premature death, those who die in the flower of youth are not victims of fatalism. Rather, God deemed it useful for them not to remain on earth any longer. Death is not an eternal separation. Sometimes it's because of God's mercy that the person dies young. Sometimes we don't know like what's the God's plan for us, right? And sometimes God does this so just to help that person, and that person that do, so they will not be able to do anything bad and compromise their incarnation. Okay. So therefore, we know that it's natural to suffer and feel longing, but we must trust in God and send our thought of love and feelings of peace so that they find peace in their new abode. If we are sad all the time, we can hinder their process of detachment and evolution in the spiritual world. So, would God be unjust in allow a good person to die earlier instead of a person who is not so good and live lives many years? Could this death have been a deliverance, a way that God found to spare that spirits from indebting itself even more in the future and compromising its incarnation? So sometimes the premature death is about that. It's to help them to don't compromise their incarnation. And many times, these people we consider good and who die young have already completed their task here, their mission on earth, while the other, who is still vibrating in evil, has not yet begun to redeem their faults. So our loved ones live very close to us. So their fluidic bodies envelop us. Their thought watch us over, and our memory of them inebriates them with joy. But our unreasonable sorrow afflicts them too, because it denotes a lack of faith and it's a revolt against God's will. So we need to have faith. I think it's the word of this talk is faith, right? So the one who's has departed has completed their task, whereas the one who remains perhaps not even have begun, as we said previously. So true freedom consists in liberation from the bonds of the body. If you are one of the on the earth, you are in captivity. So for our souls, when we are here, it's like that we are stuck here. And when we die, when we go to our real life, it's a freedom for our souls. Okay. So we must once again keep faith in Jesus, faith in God, for not a leaf falls from the tree without God's permission. We must ask God for comfort in these difficult moments when we temporarily lose our loved ones. I say temporarily because we are here in passing, and our true life is the future life, the spiritual life, as we said. And we know it is not easy when we lose someone we love, but let us keep faith in God. Okay. And can we find happiness on earth? Spotless happiness does not exist on the earth, but we might at least enjoy relative happiness. We will create torments for ourselves if we search for happiness in material pleasure. Peace of mind is the only real happiness in the world. Seek for a pleasure of cannot condition our happiness to perishable things, to material things. Because uh, when we seek happiness in material things, we may become frustrated, since happiness is in the spirit. It is subtle. It is like we cannot touch it, right? But it's something that we felt. He
Hello, friends. If you're watching us live, we had just a few technical problems. But Marcelli actually was through, with most of the talk, so we can talk a little bit about it and then see if she's able to come back. Here she is.
I'm sorry.
No problem. It happened.
I'm sorry. I had a problem with my connection. Like, sorry. But let's go.
No problem. You were almost at the end, I think. I was
Yes,
following.
yes. I'm in the last topic. So, oh my gosh. So I'll be short, okay? Okay, so let's continue what we were saying, right? So, the Spirit Fenelon, he explained that many times we do not fulfill ourselves because we do not dream of spiritual things, but we dream of material things. We should dream of peace of mind, health, love among nations, but many times we dream of material things, things that do not bring true happiness. And people who wish to have what others have become unhappy because they are not happy with the happiness of others. These are spirits that still need to work on detachment and seek for things of God. Let us not be carried away by material goods, because when we live this life, we will not take anything material with us. We will take only our experience and also the progress we have managed to achieve. So we must have compassion and pray for those who feel envy and wish to have what they do not have, or to be what they are not. And then we need to avoid voluntary suffering. Okay, so God does not condemn us for working and achieving material things, but we should not place material things above spiritual things. If we look down, we will always see that there are people in more difficult situation than ours, who have fewer things than we do. Therefore, let us learn to be satisfied with that what God has offered us, because our real need is for spiritual things. We are in this life to learn and to improve our spirit so that one day we can become angels as God has promised us. So, serenity is a real happiness in the midst of life's storm. So, to finalize our faith, let's ask Jesus for serenity, calm, patience, and above all, humility. And let us pray for those who have not yet understood this truth, and endure our trials with faith, love, and resignation. This is the most important thing for our lives, so we can overcome all the bad situations that can happen to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a great discussion. And, as you were talking, I just remember once I started, I think we do have one little question, but I just want to make this point. Um, when I read this part from the gospel, if he had been a good man, he would not, if he had been a good man, he would have died or not have died. Like sometimes that's what we do, right? Even watching TV or something, we're like, kill him or something. And it was like, okay, if it dies, goes, then we know there's this spiritual life, that we don't transform ourselves just because we are, discarnate. And whatever the relationship needed to be mended, whatever lesson was to be learned is not going to be learned. But we always it really caught my attention as I started Spiritism to not think about death as like a punishment, right? That
Yes.
sometimes is the reward. Is like, okay, you've done what you had to
You
do.
are free.
Yes, I know. If Earth is like a hospital or a school, or and if we're here to to recover, to do better, then you're like, okay, you can go. You
Yeah.
just but the
And
one day,
sometimes we wish that like it's a bad person. We wish, oh, this person should die as
uh,
a punishment. But no, they need to be here to learn, to progress themselves.
I
Let
know.
them stay.
I know. It took me a while, but now I see it differently. But it kind of shocked me a little bit when I read it the first time. All right, I think we have one question. Let's see here. Oh, actually, we have more now. But the first one, I think I can show. Yeah. So, does suffering bring us closer to God, and how does Spiritism teach us to face earthly challenges?
I believe this suffering bring us close to God. I believe so
Because it
because
makes
there.
us humble, right?
Sorry.
Makes us humble, right?
Yes, yes. And make us like think that like yeah, I have no power. He has the power to help us, right? And
Right.
yeah, I
When
believe
everything
that.
is doing well, you were like, it's easier for you to think it's because of me, right? It's because
Yeah.
I'm special. But if you're going through tribulations, then it's easier to humble yourself.
Yeah, and in the other question that he asked, like how Spiritism teach us to face the earthly challenge,
Uh
is
huh.
to have a faith that we are like this is not our real life, right? We are here to progress ourselves. We are here to learn, to love one and another, to do the best we can, and then in our future life we will like have like our merit or not, right? Of
Hmm.
doing the things that we did, right? So Spiritism bring us the consoler
Right.
that we always have another chance.
Right. And shows us, the reasons, makes us
Yeah,
think. And sometimes when you understand the reason, it's easier for you to believe and to carry on, right? But it really brings us the consolation, the strength to continue. All right, so our last question is, where to find console when we are going through a very hardship time in our life, where we can find God.
God we can find in our hearts, in
Hmm.
our life. If we see our body, we will see God because He made us.
Hmm.
If we see His creations, we will see Him in every single thing. So we need to like to console ourselves. We need to have faith and believe that He has the control of everything, and everything happens for a reason. And need to humble ourselves, as you said, to learn as much as we can, to understand what we have to do and how can we change ourselves, and then we can overcome the situations, right?
Hmm. Thank you so much,
Thank
Marcel.
you, and I'm sorry again for
No, and
the
it was a
internet.
short time, I was just thinking, do I go in, do I not? But then I came in and, you came right back. So, it's good. Thank you so much, friend.
You're welcome, my friend. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. So now is the time. Oh, actually, now is the time for our spiritual treatment. So, our spiritual treatment, as you know, it's with the water and the passes. So, the water that I ask you or remind you to set aside in the beginning, that water, it's going to be magnetized by the good spirits, and you can and your family can drink during the week, and that's going to bring restoration It's going to bring health and strength to your body, to your mind, to your soul. Another part of our spiritual treatment too is passes, and passes is a transfusion of good energy that can bring that well-being that we all need, right? We go about our days with our thoughts, with um, all the influences, the things that we hear, the things that we say, the things that we do, and that has a toll in our, body and in our spirit. So through passes, we're gonna, have these energies, cleaned and also restored so that we can face better the times. If you have never had passes before, you can just follow the it's a guided passage, so the video has somebody talking. So just follow that, the words in the video, and just to stay in prayer, and you'll be, able to receive the benefits of passes. Um, so, like I said, we have the magnetized water too. So it's time to get that, and it will be healing energy for your body and soul. And now I'm going to do our prayer before the spiritual treatment, and that will be our final prayer for tonight, too. So, why don't you join me in prayer? Closing your eyes, breathing in and out, preparing yourself for the spiritual treatment, asking God to be present in our lives, to come with all His love and His mercy, and just pour blessings over us, protecting our families, protecting our mental health, protecting our strengths and our hopes, and protecting our resolve in the good. In this moment, as we prepare for the passes, the moment where we are going to receive blessings, we also remember of all our brothers and sisters who need help, who need assistance, who ask for prayers, whose names are in our vibration book. And we ask our brother Jesus to come in their rescue, to help them, not just by the merits that they might have, but mostly because God is good, loving, and merciful. And there's nothing that we can do to keep away from God and from His blessings unto us. So in this moment, as we prepare for passes, we thank Jesus for this opportunity. We ask God to help us um, in this path, in this life, in this birth, and that we remember that Christ is our Christ consoler, and that whenever we think of despair, whenever we are in a dark place or we feel like giving up, that we can remember the light, the peace, and the grace of Jesus, and remember that He's our consoler, and that's what He wants to bring to us: consolation, strength, faith, regeneration. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, good spirits, and so be it.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position, which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, Breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, his warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
And friends, is with still the sweet vibrations of the passes, the healing and restoring vibrations of the passes that we bid you good night. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Spiritism Canada, on Instagram for the Spiritist group Path of Light, and Spiritism Canada on YouTube. We see you next week here. We hope to see you again next week. And may God bless you and your family. Thank you. Bye-bye.
hide behind every sign. There's a flame shining bright, tiny spark created by God. I will follow your path, Father, 'cause nobody's alone in life, and the scars of my destiny will be healed by your love. Disseminate wherever you are, glowing seeds of love.